What's going on, people? Good afternoon. The final injury report of the week is here. And there's some good news, and there's some bad news, and there's a lot of kind of neutral news. So let's go ahead and go through it here. It's actually a very simple injury report. It's going to be really quick to go through. And the more exciting stuff is, of course, the guys who are not listed at all. And there are quite a few of those. So things are looking reasonably well going into this game. So the injury report was nobody was listed as out, so nobody's out. Nobody's doubtful, so nobody listed in those two categories, which is always a good start, right? That's a good place to start. We had 4 players listed as questionable. Phil Haynes, which was kind of expected. Honestly, I think we're maybe getting off a little easy that Phil Haynes is just questionable, given the fact that he missed the last game. So there's a shot that he plays, and I have the feeling that we're going to need him for at least a few snaps. So that's good. DJ Dallas, given the fact that he missed practice the first 2 days, or was projected to miss practice the first 2 days, I think it's good that he's questionable, and I think he's going to play. If I had to guess, I would say DJ Dallas probably plays because he played in the last game, and I didn't see anything, over the top happen to him in that game. Xavier Crawford, and I don't think too much about that one. That one's not going to be the end of the world either way, so that's whatever. The bad news for this injury report would be Shelby Harris. I thought that by the end of the week he would probably be off the injury report completely. He's not. He is questionable. And we need all hands on deck on that defensive line right now because the last thing we need is to have to play LJ Collier significant snaps. He's playing like maybe 10 a game, and we need to keep it down there. We need to keep it at 10 a game. But if Shelby Harris is out, that complicates things. So that's the one I'm a little concerned about. He's another guy that I would say he's going to play. Like, it's hard for me to believe that Shelby Harris, who played against the Rams, didn't leave the game with anything over the top. I would be surprised if he didn't play. But him being listed as questionable is not good. So that's those are the only injury designations, those 4 guys. And given where we started this week, that is something that I'm definitely willing to live with. Now, that doesn't mean this is going to be easy to deal with. I just talked about Shelby Harris. If he's not out there, that creates like a trickle down that affects the playing time of a guy like an LJ Collier, who you don't want out there that much because he's just not very good at football. So there are other things like that too. Phil Haynes. If Phil Haynes cannot play, then either you are looking at Gabe Jackson playing the whole game, which we know is something that is hard for him, or you are looking at playing somebody out of position, like Jake Curhan. And I know Jake Curhan has played some guard this year and last year, but when he does, the pass protection is abominable. Like granted, in a game like this, maybe that's okay, because he can run block. You put him out there at right guard, you're at least getting good run blocking from Curhan. So if Phil Haynes can't go, maybe that's what we go with. Maybe that's okay. I don't know. But in my experience, when Curhan plays right guard, the pass protection is terrible. So I'd rather avoid that. And then you have DJ Dallas. If DJ Dallas can't play, Travis Homer's already out, Rashad Penny's out. It's K9 and who? Who's the second running back at that point? Is it Nick Bellore? Do we get Tony Jones back? Do we finally play Wayne Gallman? It's not great, especially because DJ Dallas has actually been playing good football lately. So, for my money, we got to cross our fingers on the DJ Dallas situation. If he cannot play, that's a bigger problem than it would normally be because all the other running backs are also hurt. By the way, K9, Ken Walker, not listed as an injury designation, which is obviously great, but we know he's not 100%. We know he's still got the ankle issue. So if you're going to say, okay, K9, we know you've got a bad ankle, we know you're not 100%, but you're going to have to play 60 snaps against the best defense in the league on a terrible field, like that's not something I'm excited about. That's not something that I really want to see. So I don't know if maybe this is the point of the season where you pull out Wayne Gallman because you did sign him and then you never played him. I even made a video when we signed him because I thought he was actually going to play a semi-important role, and I don't believe he's even been activated yet. So maybe this is the Wayne Gallman weekend. But whatever you do, it has to be something, right? You can't play the whole game with one running back and one fullback and hope it works out. Now, the good news. The good news is all the guys who are not listed here. Like I just said, Ken Walker III, not listed, so he's going to play. Ryan Neal, not listed, he's going to play. Noah Fant, not listed, going to play. Who else? Tyler Lockett, not listed. Damian Lewis, not listed. I don't think people were really concerned about any of those guys, but if you were, they're basically as close to 100% as you're going to get at this point of the season. So we've got our studs. We actually, at the moment, you could say we have two stud safeties. He's back. You've got your tight end. You've got your guard. It's good. So at the very least, we can say we have a pretty good idea of what team we're going to have in this game. And it's especially because of the Ryan Neal thing, because Ryan Neal's been playing so good this year. This might be the most healthy we've been in a few weeks, even with the Haynes and DJ Dallas and Shelby Harris situation. So that's cool. That's good. That's big. Lockett is obviously huge as well. I think we all knew Lockett was going to play, but the fact that he wasn't even given an injury designation is a relief. And I don't know how much passing we're going to do in this game, but you know whatever passing we're going to do, it's going to be a lot of Lockett involved. Now, the 49ers, as of this moment, have not released their injury report, but based off what we've seen this week, we kind of already know. They're going to be clean. Jimmy Garoppolo will be out. Ambry Thomas will probably be out, but Ambry Thomas has barely played this year. So that doesn't really affect anything. It doesn't really change the nature of their team. The injuries they have that matter are the IR guys who have been there for a while, like Hassan Ridgeway, Trey Lance, and Jason Verrett, Emmanuel Mosley, those guys. Yeah, those guys, they've been out for a while. And that's kind of the crazy thing about this Niners defense, by the way. They are, by a pretty wide margin, the best in the league. And they're missing Emmanuel Mosley, Jason Verrett, and even Hassan Ridgeway, who, guys, they probably all thought were at least going to do something for them this year. So they know. They know those guys are out, and they have not really minded that much. Okay, so those are your injury reports. We'll see if the 49ers drop a bomb later this afternoon, like, oh, no, Christian McCaffrey can't play, or something like that. But based off what we've seen the first 2 days of practice, I seriously doubt it. And, yeah, that's it for the injury report. Let me know what you guys think. Hawk's Nest stream tonight at 8 o'clock on my channel this time. Come on by. Let's have fun. Let's preview this Niners game. Let's talk about everything that needs to be talked about. Let's figure this one out and see what we can come out of that preview with. So, everyone have a good day. Go Hawks. And there's your injury report for the Seahawks going into their wild card weekend game.